100%.
Yeah, man. Give thanks for coming on. We appreciate it, taking the time. I know you're with the fam and everybody. Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, yeah, man. Most people good. Everybody. All right. Right now, literally, I'm by myself. Right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. So give thanks for coming on. This Wear the Crown podcast. It's episode 6 with my brother Blood Pressure.
Yes, I. Greetings, Koro Fyah.
Greetings, blood pressure.
Ye-
Respect, fireball.
Don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, man. And I'm so honored to have you on Koro Fyah. Just to highlight, like I said, the podcast is called Wear the Crown, and really trying to highlight people that I feel are contributing with positive energy and a message, and also with the works that they're doing. So just out of respect, you know what I mean. So, and with the got turned on, obviously bubble rock and kabaka and everything, but
Yeah. Yeah, man.
with you, red eye, my eyes red. And the tune, man, the tune is a ganja man anthem for
Yes,
for herbalists and for people that
thanks.
to become more aware of and conscious to cannabis and the thing like that. But no, the whole thing with musically. Why don't you tell people who Koro Fyah is and how you got your start in music and everything.
All right. Well, Koro Fyah is a creative talent. Hailing from Kingston, Jamaica, I got inspired to do music from an early age. My parents were always singing. My father would always sing whenever we were around each other. My mom, she used to play a lot of R&B music in the house and gospel. And yeah, typical Jamaican, go to church a lot and choir and stuff like that. So I was inspired to sing from an early age based on these things. And
Okay.
just growing up, I got very drawn to hip hop because I first started out with poetry. So like after, the early stages as a youth with being affiliated with choirs and being affiliated with just, singing around the house and at church, I got interested in poetry. In high school, I was writing a few poems. I used to write for my mom on her birthday and
Nice.
Mother's Day. And then, my little girlfriends at the time, and they would enjoy it. Tell me that I have a little knack for writing. So, yeah, early out, And then
Yeah.
a teacher of mine, a substitute teacher actually, came to our literature class one day and just told us to write some poetry, just write a poem, and everybody going to get to read the poem. And I wrote mine. I don't even remember what the topic was, but I do remember the teacher saying that I definitely have a gift for this thing, and I was just impressed. And from that day, I felt like I had a gift, because it was a respectable teacher, an elder in the school and everything. So I really appreciated his input. And from there, hip hop music, I was drawn to hip hop music. Hip hop music has all these elements of poetry. And
What what artists do you think were some of your biggest influences and as far as hip hop goes?
definitely the Wu-Tang,
Okay.
for sure, because they were one of the first groups that I was introduced to when I had some older friends, right? They were 2 years ahead of me in high school, some of them 3 years,
Okay.
and they heard me listening to Puff Daddy and was it Mace at the time? I don't even
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
was
Puff
Mace. It
Daddy
was just Puff Daddy and then people,
and them
and they were
Bad Boy.
nah, man, listen. I was even listening to Will Smith.
Okay.
And they were like, nah, Virgin, listen to real hip hop, man. You want to hear some Wu-Tang. You want to go study some some Nas and
Some lyricists.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Jada Kiss and the Locks. Study the whole of the Locks. Styles P and them man, the bridging, you know?
KRS-One.
Exactly. Puff Daddy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
man them was. They were laughing me to scorn when I was listening to Puff Daddy, and I
Yeah.
think it was Will Smith because I was just coming out of my little Christian shell,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So it's
And
like
these
them.
guys were more exposed. They were older than me, so they've been there, done that. You know, them out on them own, them a bun them weed, and them a listen to all sort of music, I go party and them thing. I never started out as yet, you know. So that was just the intro at that time, and then started listening to Wu Tang, as I said, Nas, the works, and I was like, wow, there's so much deeper that this thing goes to. You know, there's so much depth to this thing that, yeah, I want to try it out. Anyways, never started it as yet. A couple years later passed, and I met up with ones who would come to form Baby Rock. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. At
And
the end of high school, we used to link through summer school. We went to different schools. It was about 3 different schools that we all came from, and we linked up in Kingston 6. You know, call it uptown, midtown in a Kingston there. Although I wasn't considered like that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't consider myself an uptown youth,
yeah,
but
yeah. You
you know what I
just
mean?
link up to travel in those, and you guys
Yeah,
kind
the
of.
school was in a good area. We all went to good schools. That's the thing. We all went to good schools, prominent high schools in Jamaica. So, like Kabaka and his brother went to Campion. I went to a school called. They went to Campion College. I went to a school called Jamaica College. A next friend of ours went to Kingston College.
Okay.
We are linked up, and well, there was a sound system actually. Not for me, I cut the story. There was a sound system. So they had a sound system called Bomb Squad. Me and my brethren them at JC did have a sound system because I was also involved in music like that near to the end of high school with a sound system. And Kabaka's brother, Supernova, he was one of the first ones to be like, yo, you know, why build some beats? You know, more than want a man them pass through, bust some raps, you know, why try transition, you know, see how this production thing work out, and you know, just recording, messing around with some voicing and thing. Because for a sound system, you know, you want dub plates, so they used to voice. They used to try and get artists to voice on their, you know, in their house, some of these dub plates, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's where it started. I used to link up with them when they were still a sound system. Never really push out as a label yet, but just was dabbling around with the recording and messing around with a little mic in in one of the closet them in one of the man them bedroom and
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, my brethren Taiwo, rest his soul. Jamaican rapper, young Jamaican rapper. He actually inspired me. They were rhyming one night, and he was like, "Yo, Koro, you know have nothing." I'm gonna say, you know, some have like a poem, and them say, hey, "Run the poem, man. Make hear the poem sound." I'm read out the poem, and I'm say, "Yo, this can go up on the rhythm, man."
Nice.
From there, so jump on the rhythm, and that was it. Like that poem became a part of a whole song, and from there, I never turned back. It was just music. I was like, yo, I love this vibe. You know, just to hear everybody, you know, railing up and being excited for the poem and my verse and everything.
Yeah, for the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I can feel what you're talking about. That you know that's you cross that barrier where you know music is gonna be there forever. You know. Because because you see how it moves and how you feel and the energy that
exactly
that circulates.
Whether or not it's a professional thing or it's just for passion.
Yeah.
I knew that this was something that I love, and I'm not turning, but I'm not stopping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely understand, man. I have a brethren here locally. He's a hip hop artist. His name's Johnny Denver, right? And
Mhm.
he did some things with Chris Calico, which is a guy from Tech Nine. But I watched him, you know, because I was involved in emceeing like hip hop when I was younger. I worked with a couple friends on a project. You know, my brethren,
Yeah, I think you did mention something like that the other
yeah,
day. Yeah.
my brethren, he had the turntables, and then another guy we worked with, or linked up with, he brought like the 808 over, and so we're making beats and you know making some instrumental tracks where we could freestyle over. So music's always been there for me, and then during you know as I got hit with Rasta, you know, real hard. I was probably like 20. I want to say like 20, 23, and
Mhm.
I was going through some hard times in my life, and you know
Yeah.
I'd come home and I would read. I was reading everything, but I was reading the Bible, and I put on Bob, like some concerts of Bob, and
Yeah.
some things the man said, you know, it started making me question. Like started, you know, I was like, who is this Haile Selassie? Who is, you know,
Yes,
what is he
I.
talking about? So I started reading, and then I got hit real hard, you know, with Rasta and the message and the whole liberty. So, you know, I
Mhm.
changed up my what I was doing as far as musically. So when I started writing rhymes, and my lyrics were more geared towards that direction than just average, you know, because a lot of the people I was around were on the freestyle like battle tip. So
Yeah.
everybody wanted to battle, but when I got hit with Rasta, I wanted to build. You know what I mean? I don't want,
Yes, I.
yeah. I don't want to tear it down, man. I don't want to tear the next man down. I want to build him up.
Yeah, 'cause we know hip hop is about bragging and I'm the better MC and
Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But with that, my friend Johnny, I used to see him on the bus all the time, bro. Like, I mean, I'd be traveling to work or going to the store, but in a matter of like 6 months, man, we must have seen each other like 6 times on the bus, right? And like
Yeah,
just in passing, and the man had a studio in his house, you know, same thing, recording in the closet, in the bedroom, and
it was ordained, man. It was
yeah,
meant to be, you know.
and he's like, man, you got to come over and just lay a track down. He's like, I'm doing a mix tape, and it's called
Mhm.
man, I can't remember. It's Sweet 16 mixtape volume 2. So I'm featured on track 7. So because I went over there and I laid the track down, and it's all you know all geared towards Rasta. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I like it. That's it. We did it in maybe 2 takes. And the man was engineering everything too, you know. And I was really impressed.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
you know, he's an MC, but he's engineering. He was doing everything. And after that, over a course of 3 or 4 years, I watched him really make music, you know, his vehicle to where he was like
Yeah.
on World Star. He's opening for, you know, all these big artists, and he was traveling, you know, on tour. So it was really, I'm going to try to get him on the podcast and come on, and tell his
You
story.
should.
Yeah,
You should for real.
I'm going to, but, you know, that was for me, I seen how music can really, if you're, you know, you put your heart and your soul and passion into it, it can really be fulfilling. Maybe not
Yeah.
financially, but those goals that you have will, you know, come to reality. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Even when like so in relation to what you were saying now, um so when we started voicing in the house, in the closet and thing, I used to tell people that, I think I want the music, I want the hip hop, and people are like, "What kind of hip hop, Virgin and Jamaica? You know, what
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of hip hop you talk about?" But my thing is that I was never just straight rapping. I always had a kind of Jamaican accent, and I was always like, it was like patois rapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it was never just like rapping in an American accent or anything. And then we were conscious as well, because I was just coming into Rastafari, similar to what you were talking about, you know, emerge within Rastafari and get
Mhm.
to know myself
Yeah, the
as
revelation,
a, yeah,
God's
yes
revealing,
I,
God's
yes I.
revealing. So, you know, we hear the call. Yeah,
And
man.
then give thanks to some older brethren who they weren't even Rasta by practice, but they were not Christians. So as a youth now, we used to reason about Christianity and Rastafari, and we used to listen to a radio program called Cutting Edge with Muta Baruka.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Muta is a wise elder in the
Yes, sir.
Jamaican,
Yeah,
you
man.
know, Rastafarian community. So we were listening to Muta up on the radio more time at night. And them time, me just start burn weed, And why, as a youth, 17, going 18, I smoke and I listen to them thing, yeah, it was really soul stirring, to hear these questions that Muta would ask people and just ideas that he would put out there and some of these tapes that he would play. And it was just a really interesting time in my life, just learning about the illusions, really removing the veil,
Yeah, like Bob said, only half the story has been told, So I think
Exactly.
that's kind of like with all of us that find that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
We're always searching for the history and the story,
Exactly.
and
So,
the evidence.
so,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was good to have that medium of expression, being able to go from a bridge in them, record some things, just express self. Not everybody in the group was Rasta, but we started to get some little gigs. Kabaka brother did make a couple links. We did do some little show, some small show around the place. With like 50 people in the crowd,
Wow.
20 people. Yeah, but we never cared. It was about expressing ourselves and building upon what we thought was definitely going somewhere. So did that, and yeah, that was when I was like, yeah, man, I definitely enjoy doing this thing. And I was just learning, I was learning the skill of rhyming. I lived in a community that was about walking distance is about 45 minutes away from where Kabaka and his brother and another member of Bebel used to live. So it was like I lived in a gated community. They lived in a gated community. My friends, they were interested in music too, and but they weren't like rapping or anything. They just like to play music and listen to hip hop, and we used to just link up. So we used to go over to their community sometimes. They used to come over to our community sometimes, and we used to just have some little ciphers, just rhyming around each other, play a beat off. What we used to play the beat on? I'm trying to remember, because I don't think it was a cell phone then time that we used to play the beat off something. It was like some of those portable, like a little boombox or something, but not like a boombox, classic boombox. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, something that we could play, and sometimes one of the brethren them would have him car. Would just run the song them out of the car and think C. What put in C. Them time that CD where I use. Can't tell when last I say a CD, but yeah, it was dope.
True.
It was really interesting to. Yo, I don't know, man. Like them say once you start burn herb for the first time, you can't really go back. Like that feeling that you used to get initially, you don't ever go back to that feeling,
Yeah. Nah, I think I think you're right. Even if you were to like stop burning herb for like a year, you still can't you still can't get back to that original feeling before you was burning, Nah.
Yep. I just remember listening to hip hop under the moonlight, some Jay-Z, some Wu-Tang, Jizza,
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
this is just deep and dope. Mob Deep, some of them, But it was just interesting to listen to and vibe to and then we would listen to Muta now with all these thought-provoking ideas and things about Rasta, about Freemasonry, about just politics and how Africa is being raped and pillaged to this day,
That's a combination between the two of the music and the freedom of the mind, like a revolutionary
Exactly.
mind. You know what I mean? Because you have the Wu
Oh
Tang
God,
and
my mother
hip
couldn't
hop.
handle me. She couldn't. She couldn't stand the argument, the reasoning them I used to go to her with, and I was like,
Yeah,
Mom, so how come Jesus is called the light of the light of the world, and Lucifer is called the son of the morning? Isn't the son of the morning the sun in the sky? Isn't the light of the world the sun?
yeah,
These
yeah.
little things I used to drop on her, and she just couldn't handle it. She was like, yo, you smoke too much weed. I don't want you smoking that thing. You're going to go crazy. It'll mad you. And she used to just cuss me off and thing. Anytime I ask her anything that throw her off,
She's like
about
Jesus
her
Christ.
religion, she'll just drive back to the weed.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the journey.
Yeah.
Baby Rock,
Yeah.
initially.
So you had the
Yep.
EP drop,
Yeah.
Rough Diamond,
That
right?
that's way after, man. That's like a good, because I'm talking like '02.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when all right, so we're doing those things in like '02, '03, right? And then by the time 2008 come now, I had a son, um, as well as Kabaka was overseas, um, and it was just the rest of us from the community who were doing hip hop. Once in a while we would link up, record a song here and there at a friend house, and then one of the friends who was integral in the whole thing, he died. His name is Taiwo. He passed away, and that really hit all of us hard in about 2008, 9. That really hit all of us hard. Kabaka ended up coming back to Jamaica in about '09 or '10, I think. And
Now, at this point, is did you guys form as a label at that point, or is that?
at that time, now we were thinking about. We had actually from 2003. We had the name. Like me and my brethren did. Like what I wanted a name, because the name was Bomb Squad initially. I'm glad you asked me
Yeah.
that. 2002, 3, we had the name now. Me and my friend Mogi at the time, we all of us were looking for a name, because we never wanted Bomb Squad to be the name. We wanted a new name to represent the squad, the
Yeah.
record
Love
label
that
and
name
things.
there, Bomb Squad.
Yeah,
Mad thing.
some police thing that had some,
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? It sounds too aggressive. So I have what a virgin from him have Nigerian roots named Mogi and thing. And Mogi and me was we used to par in some empty house in our community and write right. So we're in one of the houses one evening and thing, and I go back and forth on some names, and him come up with a name and say Bebel. And I say, Bebel, what that mean? Cause I never heard that name before.
Yeah.
And him say it mean to sharpen or sharp. I say, not sound bad still. It sound like pebble, but so I go on. I could go to the man them car. It have a vibe. And I say, yeah man, like Bebel team and Bebel squad, and it's all right. So got to all of the man them now. Have a big little group meeting and thing. A big group meeting, I should say, not big little. We had a big group meeting, and yeah, the man put the name forward, and everybody was with it, And from there, it was Bebel Team. We're a Bebel Team for like from 2002 till about 2012
Wow.
or so. But in 2008, now the Virgin dropped out, because we had that in 2002, 2003.
Long
But
time.
then about 2000, by 2004, we kind of scattered. Everybody had their own thing. People had a business. People gone back to school. People fly out for study and all them things. By about 2008, the Virgin drop out. When the Virgin drop out now, it's like we get a wake up call and I say, yo, say, we have to do this thing for Taiwo. Like, this is like he was one of the hardest working members of our group at the time. He was always pushing to be an artist and pushing to to be a recognized Jamaican hip hop artist.
Okay.
So after his passing, we really it hit us hard. We still had a passion for the music, and Kabaka's brother was one of them who was really pushing to build an official studio, not something at a house or nothing or in a room, you know what I mean, but a real studio. So
Yeah.
we came together once and once, decided where they were gonna have the studio, and the base was at one of our friends' house, Abby's father's house actually, because he had a house in a central part of Jamaica, which is Kingston, but Halfway Tree area, and Balmoral Avenue, very close to all the central parts of Halfway Tree. It's like midtown between uptown and downtown, and so there's a woodwork shop there and a juice shop, you know, and then there was this storage room, and the man them clean out the storage room, use that as a studio, and Bebe really started from like officially from there, and then when I think we decided to call it Bebe Rock a little bit after that, but it was a Bebe team straight through, because we're still Bebe team, even when the studio there was set up, and it was about nine or 10 of us, so it was like that was the real Wu-Tang Clan vibes that we had. Like
Yeah.
it was about 10 of us, all different styles, producers involved, and there was a sister, her name is Roxy, she was an artist as well, and it was just a nice family vibe, friends who knew each other for years, loved music, and yeah, we were rhyming, and we used to touch a couple spots, go a couple places, but by 2014, it never lasted that long. By 2014, the group kind of scattered,
Yeah.
and it was left with just Kabaka, myself, and Roxy. It was three of us, and then eventually it was just Kabaka and myself, and Kabaka got more popular, started touching road and doing all heap of work, and then put out the Rebel Music EP. I was on the Rebel Music EP on a song called Better Must Come.
Yes.
And that's where everybody started knowing me, because Rebel Music EP was like an underground classic, Everybody was in tune to this artist named Kabaka, and, a lot of people love that song. Called Better Must Come. So a lot of people thought it was their favorite song, or told me that it was their favorite song.
Yeah.
And from the EP. And they were asking me when I will put out something. But them time I was just getting into it professionally. I was still wondering, like, is this, something I should do? And I never had a set style yet or anything.
And during this time, you have one son, right?
One son at that time,
At that time.
So
yeah, that
son
takes
was also
that
a part of the
alone.
equation.
Yeah, that alone is takes a lot of your energy and time and
Well,
commitment,
definitely.
brother. Yeah.
Definitely. I had a 9 to 5 as well, so it was like 9 to 5.
Yep.
The youth.
Yep. That's what happened.
Trying to find a style.
That's what happened with me and the whole music thing is I would write rhymes and I'd have like maybe like 10 songs I wrote out, like chorus and all and everything, right? And working on these projects with other people and not much coming from it. And then having to go home and talk to my wife and explain like that I'm doing this music and I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, or I'm going to go do over here and do this, and I still have, mouths to feed and have to be responsible.
Exactly.
Have to be responsible. And, you start to prioritize where you can put your time and energy. And so not to say that, music doesn't still play a forefront in my life. Definitely reggae.
Right.
Reggae every day is my soundtrack to the way I move and how I feel and how it is my medicine and my meditation at the same time.
So after expressing yourself with it, you still express yourself, but
yeah.
feel like you can't do it.
But see, with what's for me, there's still in the back of my mind that I could have took it further, and if I would have invested more time into myself as an artist to develop my
Yeah.
skills to where I would feel like, because now as I'm older, I'm still considering, sitting down and putting some things together and just trying to put my vocals out. Maybe if it's not on something of my own, but at least contributing to something to still maintain that fire, to keep that fire burning. But for you, brother, I mean, enough respect, man. I see the eye doing the thing, and the music is,
Thanks.
yeah, man. That's why I said that first track, Red Eye. Whoa.
Yeah.
For me, that's the first track where I was like, who is this? Who is this brother? Yeah, like who is
Yeah,
this?
that was the second. That was the second song off the EP.
Yeah.
The first song was New Day.
Yep,
That
that
was
one.
in 2014. That
Tough.
was released in about 2014. And then Eyes Red was in 2016. 2 years later.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
initially New Day, I didn't have the EP at that time. But by the time Eyes Red came around, the EP was finished. And we're just getting ready to put it out. So that was the first official song off the EP, to kick off the promotion of the EP and everything. And yeah.
Yeah,
It
man.
was
the whole
it came
thing's
together lovely.
Yeah, the whole thing's
Sometime,
solid. It's very solid. You got Kabaka, Lila Ike on there. Yeah,
Them
man.
time the Lila young to the thing. Lila.
Yeah, for real. Now, man, full blown. Full blown, full grown.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lila superstar, man.
Superstar.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, man. It's cool to see. It's nice to see. What I like about Protege, respect, is how he puts these female artists up front. You know what I mean? And you got to give respect to the female and the balance of the whole thing, especially in reggae music. You can't let that fade away or die out. We got a lot of sisterins out there doing good work, and like Queen Omega, and all these sisterins that need to get respect and shine light.
Definitely. I respect that as well.
Now,
I'm the same way. Because if there were more sisterins to collaborate with on the project, I would. And there is an ex-sister who was on the project, but not actively. Like, we were recording New Day one evening, and we didn't have anybody to do the harmonies. And there's a reggae artist in Jamaica called Sugar. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah, we know Sugar.
You know Sugar Fyah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sugar and her sister, Lauren, who happened to be a close friend of ours and thing. And they forward to the studio, and just to give us a link and vibe and thing. And I was recording New Day, and met Sugar for the first time, and she was like, "Yo, is who that?" And Kabaka said, "Koro Fyah, the youth you just meet and thing." And we actually I look some some harmonies, and she was there just vibing to the song and doing the harmonies, and 2/2. She found herself in the studio recording the harmonies for the EP, for the song actually. And we were just amazed because it's like, boy, we never really asked her to do it, like we never planned this. She just followed to the studio, hear the vibe, contribute her vocals, the harmony, and we were very appreciative, So, yeah, she's on it as well. That's our backup vocalist.
Nice.
Irie Souljah is on it as well.
Yeah. Now you got the new tune with Irie.
And Irie was on the EP from them time. They're on Fast Life and couple songs.
Yeah.
In the background as harmony and things. So everybody who you see me link with even now, is people who been involved, the thing from time,
Yeah.
Good Bridge in Irie Souljah. We have that new song they now called Nuh Limits.
Yeah.
That's the next
tough tune.
Banger.
Yeah, yes. That's how they say it slaps, bro.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, man. The thing set. It's nice, man. I like the track. It's solid, and yeah, Irie Souljah is a very, very talented brethren for sure. You know, the
Yeah, singer
yeah, very
and
solid
producer.
singer. Yeah, man. So it's cool to see you guys link up and enough prosperity for the eye. I hope the thing shoots the charts for real.
I give thanks, give thanks. So see, I do some work on some Spanish charts. So we give thanks for that.
Okay.
It up on couple playlists on Spotify. We give thanks.
Now,
And yeah,
you were saying that you were working on some projects with some artists, producers in New York, right?
yeah. So now, fast forward 2019, my dad New York. Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Linking up with one and two people. Bobo Rems is one of them. We have a brethren named Isaac Faith. Um, I have couple ones who not set in stone yet, but I've been getting some rhythms. So Bobo Rems, aka Rebellion Emperor.
Yeah, man. Big up, Bobo.
Him link me up. Yeah, man. Big up Bobo Rems anyway. They give me a rhythm. Not too long ago, about 2 months ago. And say, want me drop something on it. And tell me, say, Loot and Fire on it. Vaughn Benjamin from Akebeka
Yeah,
already
man.
record something on
Yeah,
it.
rest in
His
peace.
artist, Ayata Safari, on it and things. So,
Yeah,
may
man.
Vaughn soul rest in peace as well. Big up the ancient.
Yeah, man. That's the elder for sure, man. And yeah.
But that inspired me. Hearing that Vaughn was on the rhythm and Loot and Fire, I was like, no, so I have to jump on this.
Yes, sir.
So, recorded it in Brooklyn. So that's something that's coming out too. Rasta Man chant, and then he gave me another beat. I'm working on that right now. Kabaka brother also sent me a few beats. Who else? I'm making some links too with LMR Productions.
Okay.
He's the guy who built Cranium.
I say a Cranium
hit
producer, yeah?
single.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Now, for
I'll make
people
some connects.
for people that don't know, not just you're a lyricist, but you're doing the producing and some things, right, as well.
Learning now,
Learning, okay.
Just getting into that aspect of things.
Okay.
I decided that it's too long now. I've been doing music and just writing and singing and thing. I need to start getting to production and mixing and stuff. So got some equipment recently and just been trying to learn that aspect of the craft and master it.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Get to sharpen the weapons. Yeah, man.
Yes, I. Just to be fully self-reliant.
Yeah, man, and hopefully here in the near future you make a journey out this way, and we can link up and reason face to face. I know you got support over here in the platform to help put any of that information out, to let people know what's going on with Koro. Cause yeah,
you
man,
did do some tours. You did tour in the U.S. with Kabaka, no?
Yeah, earlier this year, we went to Cali. Went to California. Did couple shows in California, spreading the word. It was amazing because the only other time I performed in America was in about 2017, South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
Right.
And yeah, it was cool. It was interesting. I think the place was called Flamingo Cantina. Nobody really knew the music like that, but it was just a good vibe. Everybody was vibing to the songs.
Yeah.
This time around now in California, a couple different venues, a couple different places people knew the songs, and I was so grateful to see people singing my songs. I was like, wow, this is like, now I feel like an artist.
Yeah.
I'm on tour overseas. People know my songs. So this is like, this is what I've been working for. So it's really not until this year I really experienced that feeling of, being on a stage outside of your home country and really seeing people who appreciated music by already knowing your songs, you know. So
Yeah.
that felt really good, really, really good.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I know the brethren that
Mm.
I recorded the one track, you know, and he had me say, "Hey man, you want to come perform that tonight?" I was like, "For real?" And we were in like a hole in the wall, like little spot, man. And I got on stage, and I'm on the track with his sister, and so
Yeah,
we get up to perform. I had no idea I was gonna perform, but man, there must have been only 8 to 10 people at the show, and like
yeah.
2 or 3 people are singing my verse, and I was like,
What?
"What?" I was like, "Whoa!" You know, so that feeling is on a very small scale compared to what I'm sure you felt coming out with Kabaka, and you know,
Yeah.
and
No man.
yeah, I
But
was,
it's still a good feeling, you know.
yes, exactly. It's
Seeing all
humbling,
a girl
humbling.
in the front row, she had closed her eyes and hands in the air and singing my song. I was like, oh, damn, this is real.
Yeah, yeah, she's in it. She feel
I
it.
know.
Yeah,
In
man.
the zone.
Yeah, the spirit, bro. Yeah, that's cool, man. And yeah, I know when Kabaka came on, Ibasha, you know, I was like, where's Koro at? And I know Kabaka, he
Yeah,
said, yeah, unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. And man,
yeah,
I was really excited to link with the I, but you know, all in due time, Jano, and
of course.
the things set already in motion, man. So we'll make the link for sure. And
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely. I look forward to that, you know. Look forward to that.
and that's a good person to have, you know, to at least you can, from the growth of Kabaka and how much he's elevated and become such a professional, because that's what I was telling them and him, is that, you know, I can really see from working with Damien the professionalism of the performance and how he's just he keeps elevating his level of what he's doing, and you know, I'm sure for you it's the same thing. You're able to learn from, you know, watching him grow and to be and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I only hope the same for you, and you know,
yeah, yeah,
so the
yeah,
next artist can say, "Oh, man, I see Koro, I see him come up, and I could do that
yeah,
too," you know. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. I mean, up here right now, you know, New York, you know, enough of the work I'm gonna try to get done. I performed in Brooklyn recently as well, you know,
nice.
um, at this show with put on by DJ Gringo.
Wow.
Him work with Sirius FM and him
Okay.
you know, known DJ, roots DJ within the circles in Brooklyn. Um, as well as I performed with a sister in, trying to remember her name right now. Um, wow. I hope she don't cuss me out when she hear this, but yeah, it was a nice vibe, you
Nice.
know, in Brooklyn. Kalila Rose.
Okay.
Kalila Rose is her name.
Big up
And
Kalila.
big up Kalila, you know, good vibes. Um, nice show, you know. It was just I and her and a band called Jenna Roots. Nice, nice band. And the response was great. The response was really great. People definitely were saying they were looking forward to my next show when I keeping it, you know, whatever, whatever. And a lot of interest was shown. So that definitely has been a motivational factor since being in New York, you know.
Good,
More
good.
people want some live music from Koro. So for definitely
Yeah, man, and
keep pushing out.
I got family out in the Bronx. My sister and my niece and my nephew, and you know, I got a couple cousins. One's in Manhattan and another.
Yo,
You know,
anytime
I
you
got
roll
family,
through us,
bro.
link
So
up, you know.
yeah, man, when I come out, we're gonna link up. I'll be hopefully be out there in the next. I want to say February, but nothing set in stone at the moment. But we'll definitely have to
Mm.
link up. I want to link up with Bobo Rhymes and you know, just reason with the eye, because me and him have been like tight for a minute. You know,
Mm-hmm.
his cousin came out and we did some business and things, and
Yeah,
yeah, man. It's all family. It's all love. You know. So
yeah,
let
yeah.
people
Recently, I
know.
did an interview with Father German too in
Ah,
Brooklyn. Father German is an you know, big, well-known person in the roots movement in New York too. So big up Father German for that interview there. I think it was like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And then I have a next interview this Saturday with a brethren called Carter Van Fleet, I think his name is. He's I represent. He links with
Carter Van
VP
Pelt
Records.
from
Yeah,
VP Records.
yeah. He has a radio show in Manhattan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's where it is. So
Nice.
yeah, I have that to go to.
Well,
Next Saturday coming.
I'm honored that you're able to take time to to talk with me and reason with me and blood pressure.
Likewise, Fire. It's
Yeah,
a long
man.
time while linked. On
Y-
social media and reason and
Yeah,
things.
good things. Not everything's bad on the internet. Good things can come from that. So I was
Great.
humbled that we were able to reason over the whole Insta and then over WhatsApp. And even one time I called because I was trying to find out some information. I know you were trying to get like a work visa to come up and things, and
Right.
I had some information, and I called a number and I don't know if it was your mom or who answered the phone. I'm pretty sure it was your mom, and then she called your dad, right? And he got on the phone. I was like, Koro, yo, and he was like, he waited for a minute, and then he was like, yeah, Koro's not here. And I was like, oh. Yeah, man. So, give thanks, for finally we're able to kind of solidify the link and just reason a little bit more and build on
Yes,
build on the
sir.
relationship, So let people know I'm gonna wrap it up real quick, but let
Yeah, man.
people know where we can find Koro on social media platforms. What should we be looking out for? Obviously,
All right.
the new track with Nuh Limits with Irie Souljah. We know that's the top right now.
Yeah. Well, Koro Fyah, KoroFyah. You can link me upon the Facebook, can link me upon Instagram at that handle. Twitter likewise. For any kind of business, Koro Fyah Music at gmail.com. Link up, dub plates or whatever. And yeah, No Limits is out right now with Irie Souljah on all major platforms. Music video soon come out.
Nice.
Well, not even soon come out, but it's in the works, I
Okay.
should say. We just working that out right now. And I have a couple singles, just waiting to release. I was actually discussing this with a good friend, and was saying that people want music right now. So this long process of planning and trying to put out this one song, with all this effort, it might not be the best approach all the time. So seeing that I haven't released a lot of music, we just go squeeze out some,
Yeah.
over certain platforms, just to tease the people and make them know, say, oh, music there,
Yeah.
music I make.
Keep
You
that
see me?
message going, so people
Keep the message going,
Yeah.
Fireball.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
the message going, cause it's just expression, and the people love how we express, so we can't stop and we can't just do it for financial gain. This is something we love to do. You know what I mean? So instead of waiting on this one song to just take over the place or try to do that, feed the people with music. So that's the next plan going forward in 2020. Just release some singles at a steady rate.
Yeah, we're ready and waiting, bro. We're here. We're
Give
here.
thanks.
Yeah, man,
Give
we're here
thanks.
for you, for real. So yeah, man,
thanks.
give thanks for coming on. My man Blood Pressure here, and
Yes, I.
my guest Koro Fyah. Give thanks to that, and so this is where the
Thanks
crown
for having me.
Yeah, man.
Yes, enough love.
And stay on the line real quick. We're gonna wrap it up, but I want you to stay on. I want to chat and reason real quick. Yeah, man. So this is Where the Crown podcast, available iTunes, Spotify. Please check it out. Also, please check out the website, negooseorderco.com, where you can get the Rasta Ronnie rolling papers that are available now, retail and wholesale. Also, please check out my man Blood Pressure, who will be runs the sets here at KGNU. What's those dates again, Pressure?
Yes, every Sunday, 10 p.m. to 12, and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. to 12, Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, and I want to shout out a couple semi-sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Verde Dispensary for supplying the good organic herbs. Shout out to 75 Farms, which is the grow I work at, and where you can find some of our wholesale greenhouse cannabis, some good good clean meds, and also Peak Dispensary. I know my man
Yes, I.
Blood Pressure runs it over there. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
shout out to all them and for the support. And once again, thank you, Koro, for coming on. Much love and respect, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Blood pressure.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man, that name, yeah, they no bad still.
Not like Bomb Squad,
Check yourself,
you know?
man.
Yeah, like Bob Squad.
But
Yeah,
Man, for meds it over. I said, wait, is what? Blood pressure? No, yeah, all right, yeah.
yeah, man, blood
Yeah.
pressure.
Bad.
All right. Give thanks to the eye, man. Much love, and I'll
Thanks for
talk.
having me again, man.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir, yes, sir, yes,
Give
sir. Much
thanks.
love, much love.